Welcome to the AC 24/7 Top Story Countdown. We'll guide you through the biggest news of the day. Our focus, advocating our rights, advocating equality, advocating health, and advocating Earth. Here's our pick for number 4.
Well, we know U.S. authorities are working closely with their Haitian counterparts and with U.S. government interagency partners to try to resolve this crisis, but there's also a lot of things we don't know. It's unclear right now who is responsible for this kidnapping or whether they've made any demands, whether for ransom or anything else. El Roy Haiti, which is a humanitarian organization, the Christian humanitarian organization this nurse from New Hampshire was working for, put out a statement. Here's what they said in part. Alex is a deeply compassionate and loving person who considers Haiti her home and the Haitian people her friends and family. Alex has worked tirelessly as our school and community nurse to bring relief to those who are suffering as she loves and serves the people of Haiti in the name of Jesus. Now, El Roy has also said their highest priority is the safe return of this mother and her child, and they want to limit the amount of information they're sharing. We also heard from a State Department spokesperson saying that they have no higher priority than the safety and security of U.S. citizens overseas. But this kidnapping comes at a time of growing concerns about the worsening violence in Haiti. It was just 2 years ago this month that then President Jovenel Moise was assassinated by a gang, and there's been a power vacuum ever since, with some gangs taking control of various different swaths of the country. The State Department has warned Americans not to travel to Haiti because of the frequency of kidnappings, crime, civil unrest, and also the poor health infrastructure. And just last week, the State Department ordered all family members and non-emergency personnel of the embassy to leave the country immediately because it's so unsafe. This came after at least 3 days in a row of restrictions where embassy staffers and families were supposed to stay there on the embassy compound because things were so dangerous. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said during a recent visit to Haiti that Haitians are trapped in a living nightmare with humanitarian conditions that are beyond appalling. Guterres went on to say, we are calling for a robust security force deployed by member states to work hand in hand with the Haitian National Police to defeat and dismantle the gangs and restore security across the country. But bottom line here, we're still awaiting more details of this scary and dangerous situation there in Haiti.
TheAdvocateChannel.com looks at the world through the lens of equality and inclusion. Subscribe, like, and share now. AC 24/7's Top Story Countdown continues with our producer's pick for number 3.
Alabama station WVTM captured Carlee Russell Friday at her attorney's office on the same day she surrendered to Hoover police. Authorities charged her with 2 low-level counts of false reporting after she admitted she fabricated her kidnapping. The hoax launched a 49-hour search for the 26-year-old nursing student.
I know many are shocked and appalled that Miss Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed.
On July 13th, Russell called 911 saying she saw a toddler on the side of the road. Her family then could not locate her for the next 2 days until she turned up at her home. Police said they could not verify Russell's story of the child or the man with, quote, orange hair that she said abducted her. They did find Russell had done online searches for the kidnapping thriller Taken. Upon Hoover Police's request, Alabama's Attorney General is now overseeing the case.
One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. We will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought.
It's still not clear why Russell made up the stories, which could lead up to a year in jail and a $6,000 fine. Advocates for missing persons of color call the ordeal an anomaly, stressing it will not undermine their efforts to find nearly 6,000 victims who, quote, actually need our help. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
Like the Advocate Channel on Facebook for the best way to get updated stories that advocate for equality, justice, our rights, and more. AC 24/7 continues with today's top 2 pick.
Donald Trump slamming the special prosecutors team.
These are crooked people.
As he learns of new legal threats he and his employees may face. Newly named co-defendant Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira is set to be arraigned today in Miami. A superseding indictment alleges he, along with Trump aide Walt Nauta, attempted to delete security camera footage at the club after the Justice Department issued a subpoena for it. According to the indictment, de Oliveira told one of the resort's IT workers the boss wanted the server deleted. CNN has now learned that IT worker, Yusil Taveras, has received a target letter from federal prosecutors. Taveras reportedly met with investigators after Trump's first indictment in June. It's unclear if he's cooperating with the investigation, but sources say some of the new allegations against Trump were based, at least in part, on information Taveras provided. Trump, facing additional charges for mishandling classified documents, maintained his innocence on social media, claiming his legal team voluntarily handed over the tapes to the special counsel and that he never told anybody to delete them. De Oliveira is separately charged with lying to the FBI about moving boxes of classified documents from Trump's residence to a storage room.
This is bad stuff. And, you can't say there was no underlying potential crime here.
The superseding indictment giving Trump's opponents an opportunity to go after the frontrunner.
It's pretty brazen. These guys were acting like the Corleones with no experience.
Other candidates treading more cautiously over the indictment as Trump remains popular with the GOP base.
None of us want to be talking about indictments. Yeah. I don't even know if it's the third, fourth, or fifth indictment right now, but what I can tell you is it's a distraction.
Most use the issue to steer the conversation to the future.
One of the right ways to do that is to pardon the former president of the United States from what is clearly a politicized prosecution.
Even Trump's top rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, wary of engaging.
I want to spend less time litigating that because that's really looking in the past and more time focusing on the future in terms of what we need to accomplish as a country.
At a GOP party dinner in Iowa, direct criticism of Trump drew a rebuke from the audience.
Donald Trump is running to stay out of prison. And if we elect, I know the truth is hard.
Closing out the dinner, Trump steered clear of the new charges against him.
If I weren't running, I would have nobody coming after me.
Whatever happens to me, I'll be
An overwhelmed father.
Y'all put a gun on my son for no reason, dog.
Can I explain to you?
Police say it was all a mistake.
I ran an AZ for Arizona instead of AR.
On July 23rd, a Frisco, Texas police officer ran plates on a black Dodge Charger. But instead of typing AR for Arkansas, she says she typed AZ for Arizona. The information came back as a possible stolen car. Police say it was a high-risk traffic stop, and at least one officer had his weapon drawn.
Everybody in the car, hands outside the window. Hands outside. Maintain your hands outside.
Hey, find out if there's any weapons in the car.
The family tells police they have a gun in the car.
In the glove box! In the glove box!
If you reach in that car, you may get shot, so be careful. Do not reach in the car.
I have bad anxiety. Okay. I'm trying.
Demetria Hurd was behind the wheel. In the car were her husband, her son, and their nephew.
Look at my baby!
They were on their way to a basketball tournament. She explains what it was like to see her 6th grade son involved.
They actually bring him in, cuff him, and put him in the car. They're walking him to put him in the police car. And I'm crying, I didn't hyperventilate.
Face away.
She says they were instructed not to move.
Do not move.
My husband explains to me that my nephew is in there literally screaming for his life and telling him, "Uncle, we are about to die."
But finally,
The officer made a mistake on the plate. It was ran differently.
the officer realizes it was a mistake.
AR is Arkansas, right?
An incident review is now underway.
I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying, it wasn't a computer that read it. It was our human error that did this. And so please forgive us,
I made
man.
a mistake.
The ongoing review would identify further changes to the department's training, policies, and procedures.
I thank God that we were not physically injured, but we have suffered a lot of mental and emotional trauma from this.